Hi fashion people, welcome to the channel. My name is Rehi. In this tutorial, I'll be showing you how to cut and sew a side cowl bubu with a snatched waist, a balloon sleeve and a front slit. If this is something you're interested in, let's get started. I used 3.5 yards of Ankara, folded into two and fold again as seen for the front and back. I will draw my starting line, mark 3 inches basic neckline and mark the nape to sleeve length, which will be about 22 inches. That's the end of the Ankara. From the nape to sleeve, I'll come down by 2 inches and connect back to the basic neckline to form the shoulder slope. For the neckline, I will mark a neck width of 3.5 inches. The back neck depth will be 1 inch. I will connect like so to form the back neckline. For the front neck depth, I will come down by 8 inches and connect to the neck width of 3.5 inches to form a V neckline. I will come down from the shoulder slope by 16 inches for the sleeve opening. It's that much because of the puff we will form. I will use a ruler to connect a straight line. That will be the sleeve opening. I will mark shoulder to hip length of 25 inches and rule a line with a ruler. Shoulder to knee length of 36 inches. I'll rule a line also. Shoulder to the hem of 63 inches. This includes the hem allowance. At the hip line, I will place the hip measurement divided by 4, which is 12 inches, and I will add 4 inches to it. This includes the seam allowance of ½ inch. At the knee line, from the 12 inches plus 4 inches I had on my hip line, which is 16 inches, I will subtract 2 inches from it. This will give me 14 inches. I'll repeat the same 14 inches at the hem line and connect the knee to the hem with a straight line like so. From the sleeve length measurement, I came in by 5 inches. Then from the knee, I drew a small cowl like so, connecting it back to the 5 inches I marked earlier. Note that at the intersection between the 5 inches point marked and the end of the cowl, it's curvy, not pointy. Sorry, I lost the clip where I did that. I'll go ahead and cut, but note that we'll be cutting the back neckline first. I will remove the back so that I can cut the front neckline. So I went ahead to cut the front neckline. Next is to cut the back facing. Here I'm tracing the back facing. I'll come down from the neckline by 4 inches and mark 2.5 inches at the shoulder. Connect to form a curve and cut. When I'm done, I'll keep it aside and focus on the front. For the front facing, I'll be using sequins velvet fabric. I went ahead to press stay on it so as to reduce the stretch and make it easier to work with. I will trace the neckline and the shoulder, then mark 3 inches at the shoulder all the way down. After that, I'll cut the facing. After cutting the facing, I will place the right side of the facing on the wrong side of the fabric and sew the neckline using ½ inch, notch and top stitch to the fabric side. Here I've sewn the neckline and top stitch. This is the result. From the shoulder, I will come down by 38 inches. That's where the slit will begin. I'll pin the facing to the fabric around the area so it doesn't shift. Then I'll mark the midpoint, create a line and cut through. I'll flip the facing over like so and pin. I'll do same thing on the two sides of the slit. I'll pin all the way down, then head over to the sewing machine and sew the slit. Here I'm sewing the slit. If you watch, I'm sewing from the Ankara side. Because of the stretch, it's not advisable to sew from the velvet side. So just watch how I'm sewing it. Also, align the midpoint. When I get to the midpoint, I'll lift up my presser foot, turn and continue sewing, as you can see. I will sew all the way down.
I've got an itch I can't scratch, I'm missing a piece that completes a whole part of me, an open wound scar to see. Everybody.
Yeah, I'm done sewing and I'm top stitching to the fabric side. This is to keep the slit in place. I'm notching the slit very well so that it will give a nice and beautiful look at the midpoint. After top stitching, I'll go to the ironing board and give it a good press. Here I'm done pressing. This is how the slit looks like. I will go to the ironing board, bend half of an inch, press with iron and pin. I'll do that on both sides from shoulder to the hem. So this is the result after pressing and pinning all around. I'll go to the sewing machine and top stitch on top. I won't top stitch on the velvet side. I'll top stitch on the Ankara side using my finger to feel it while top stitching, which will appear on the other side. Just watch me. If you can't sew it from the wrong side like I'm doing, you can use hemming gum to press under. This will make the velvet more stabilized and allow you to sew from the right side.
Come here, gather round. Welcome to the freak show, the best in town. What the hell's wrong with me? I don't get along with anybody, honestly. I've been living in my own head constantly. Thoughts jumbled round, think I need a new lobotomy. Wait, all these thoughts are too negative.
Here I'm done stitching and this is the outcome. I will place the back facing and the fabric right side facing each other, pin, sew with half inch, notch and top stitch. Here I place the back on the front, right side facing each other. I'll use the back facing and cover the front and sew the shoulder with half inch. I'll repeat the same thing on the other side. Here I cut two strips of 3 inches wide and the length is the length of the shoulder. I went ahead to bend it with half inch and press as seen. I'll place on the shoulder, pin and top stitch. This is the outcome after top stitching. Here I cut two pieces that I will use for the belt. The belt will help to give it that beautiful shape in front. The dimension of the belt is 4 inches width and the length is 35 inches. You can make it more or less according to your size. I will go to the sewing machine and sew the strip like a belt. To fix the belt, I will measure from the tip of the shoulder down to the waist point. The waist point is 18 inches. Divide the waist measurement into 4. The waist measurement here is 9 inches. I will locate the midpoint and mark 9 inches towards one side and 9 inches towards the other side. I will place the belt on the point with the belt opening facing the center front. I will fold the opening inside for a neat finish, pin and sew. Ensure you're pinning only the front because the belt is on the front alone. The front is going to have the shape while the back will be free. Here I'm done stitching the belt to the front of the dress. When you wear the dress, you should tie the belt around the waist. That is what to give it that shaped effect in front, while the back will be free. I'll bend the sleeve opening where I'll pass the elastic through. Here I'm passing the elastic through the elastic channel. When I get the elastic out of the channel, I'll make sure I get the elbow measurement divided by 2, which is 7 inches. I'll secure the elastic at the both ends with pins. Head over to the sewing machine and stitch. Here I'm done stitching. I'll go back to the sewing machine and sew the side seam with ½ inch and sew the hem also. Open up the side seam and press with iron. This is what the dress looks like when I'm done. This dress is actually for a client. I'm not allowed to put it on so as to show you the outcome, but trust me, it came out well. Kindly give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and also hit the notification bell to get notified anytime I upload a new video. Thanks for watching. Bye.